Hello everyone and welcome back to Technically Unsure, where I'm not really sure what I'm doing technically.
Yeah, hey, it's me again.
Today I want to introduce you guys to a mini PC from BlackView. Take a look at their tablet, Android tablet on this channel. And now I just want to show you guys their mini PC, which is N150 based mini PC. So if you have a small project and you require nothing more than something that N150 can handle, I think this is a fair deal, mainly because it comes with everything, right? What I mean by that is it comes with 16GB DDR4 RAM, it comes with 512GB SSD, it comes with a case and a power supply. So out of box, everything working, it is like $220, $230. And I think that I will get some discount code. I will put it in the description if they give me, but that's what I received. So let me show you guys what I'm talking about. It's this device, which is BlackView MP60, and it comes with an N150, which can go up to 3.6 GHz. And this is the 16GB RAM, 512GB NVMe SSD version, which is the only version, I think. I don't think these are configurable on their website. So yeah, this is the BlackView mini PC. Let's open this up and take a look at it. I just want to show you guys how it looks like, what benchmark scores looks like, all that stuff. Here is the device. That's a fancy box. Okay, there is some strange metal cooling thing going on in there. That's why it made it tall looking, and it's nice, you know, it looks nice. Yeah, so here are the IO ports and stuff, and more IO here. Okay, and that's it. So yeah, that's the device, and we're gonna talk about this. Is lock and unlock, I assume, for this or something like that. We'll see. Let's see, what is it? Oh, okay, so this is the base is detachable, and now you see it's much thinner, smaller. I think there's a USB-C connection over here. Let's take a look at it, what's in there. And I'm gonna use my mighty trusty FanTech for this. So let's see what's going on in there. Okay. So there is a SATA disc connector over right there. We can plug a SATA disc over there, and it basically turns the SATA into a USB-C connection and connects it to this. So this is a SATA to, USB-C connector type converter. And okay, let's see. I'm gonna use, so FanTech was nice enough to send me this. It's basically their full kit that does have a lot of prying tools and more bits, and you can use these things. I'm gonna use this one to pry this, and yes, there is a screw. So let's take a look at that. Okay, a FanTech device. This kit makes everything much faster and more efficient. Very fast and powerful. Take that out. So this is a 0.2 Newton meter torque device, and as you can see, it opens up all the screws super fast. There you go. Okay, so here you have it. That's the fancy. Actually, this is plastic, not metal. So this is not for cooling. If it is for cooling, it's just the holes in between there for the airflow. So that's for the airflow. This is not a heat sink of sorts. So this probably won't get hot. It's plastic. At least to the touch, it's plastic. PLA, ABS, whatever. So here is the cooler. And this is intake, I think. As you can see here, this is the intake. That's the cooling. That's the fan. And it comes with Rayson 512GB NVMe SSD. There is SATA, I think so. And yeah, so nothing else in there. Yeah, not really. And there's the Wi-Fi adapter. I think that's the CDTech. There is CDTech Wi-Fi adapter over there. That's kind of it. And I think the RAM is soldered on, but at least I'm not seeing it. So maybe it's behind, but I doubt it. So it's probably soldered on. So yeah, this is the device. I just wanted to show you guys the inside as well.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
What I am going to do is I will also put a link to in the description for this. This is very nice. I've been starting using it. So here you can store your bits as well. And you know, this is magnetizer for your bits when you're using. As you saw that it's already magnetized, but if you want, you can put it in there, magnetize it over there. And there are various bits and, you know, parts for prying, and even this sponger to open up the like tablet and phone screens, prying tools, and more stuff over here. So yeah, it's fancy, it's nice. You know, I started using this for a lot of things, especially opening the screws. Definitely I'm not opening anything manually. I will put the link in the description for this as well. I really like their product. So let's keep going. I just want to show you there's nothing else in the box other than the HDMI cable, the power cord, which is 12 volt, 2.5 amp, so 30 watts max, bunch of screws, and what is that? Okay, very small vessel mount. So you can use this to mount it to behind your like monitor or stuff. Anything else in there? Nope, that's it. All right. So what I'm going to do is I am going to bring my NVMe SSDs, swap this out with my Windows so we can test the, you know, benchmark the RAM and the CPU and all that stuff and see how it does. And I'm going to use everything as is. So they didn't provide any heatsink of sorts or even thermal pad of sorts on this. So I'm going to use mine without as is. So what I'm going to do is, the only difference is going to be my NVMe SSD speed, but at least I'm going to test the bandwidth for the NVMe SSD. So if I'm getting very good scores, you will know if you put a proper NVMe SSD, you will get the same. This is a Rayson. It's not terrible, but definitely not, you know, Samsung P990 Pro. All right, so I'm gonna put this back on, not fully because I am going to replace it. And let's try this before we try the SSD thingy, which is this. Very strange, very strange. I mean, USB-C is capable when you're using, you know, the USB 3.2 Gen 2. You can go crazy. Definitely saturate the SATA. But I'm gonna say this is strange. I've never seen one like this. I keep calling this SATA, but it looks like a SATA. But let me see, hold on. Okay, I got a bunch of SATA. Okay, so this is the 870, 8 terabytes. And this way. Oh yeah, that fit, okay? So I'm, okay, fine. As I already did that, so let's put it together. And yeah, I'm gonna show you guys that as well. Let's put this back on. I guess that worked. Oh, yeah, I think so. All right, now let's take a look at the I/O before I turn it on and we do some benchmarks. So these two are USB 3.0, two USB 3.0 ports and one USB 2.0. And in this side, we have two HDMIs. They say it can do 4K. I mean, N150 can do it 4K. And there is another USB 2.0 over here, DC power, and this is unfortunately gigabit Ethernet. I wish it was 2.5, but it's 2 gigabit. And here's the microphone or headphone jack, and that's the lock. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And the power button, okay. And I put an NVMe SSD, as you saw in there. I put in my NVMe SSD P990 and also a regular SSD, so we can see if the 8 terabyte SSD through USB-C is also detected and what speeds we are getting. All right, so give me a couple of minutes, let me set things up. Okay, so we are back. As you can see, when we are in Windows and barely running like 4 or 5 apps, it's like 10 watts, idling at 10 watts. And let me show you a couple of benchmark scores. So this is Crystal Disk score on my P990. Whatever I did, I couldn't get the NVMe, I mean the SSD to work. I saw on their website they were saying the max is 1 terabyte. Sorry, 2 terabyte. I believe the limit was 2 terabytes. So I tried 8 terabyte, 4 terabyte, 2 terabyte, and 1 terabyte. Right now there is 1 terabyte. It's just not showing up here. So that I have to communicate with the BlackView to see what's going on in there, but it didn't work. So here is the 3D Mark score, 868, and here is the pass mark score. So this is for the CPU, this is for overall. As you can see, this is the overall rating, CPU mark. Let's go through it one by one. Here's the scores for all the tests. Here's the 2D mark scores, 3D mark scores, memory mark scores, and disk mark scores, okay? So you have that as well. And you guys like CPU-Z, so here's the CPU-Z. Here's the main page. Okay, here's the motherboard, here's the memory, and if I do a bench here, you will see that it will jump up to 16 watts or 17 watts ish. Okay, and I already submitted the score. Basically, CPU-Z says that it is a little bit faster than i7 7600. Okay, and slower than i3 4150. Okay, here is the details and all that stuff. URL is right there on the screen. Okay, so this is a pretty typical N150 basically, and you know, I did the benchmark scores. Nothing special, nothing fancy, and the temperatures are all a little bit high when you're doing the tests, but you know, it's, you see, we're not even doing tests now. It's coming down, but it got hot. It got hot when I was running the tests, and heat is coming out from these. This side is cool. This side is hot. So I think this is the intake that's exhaust. So you can't really play a lot of games on this. It's not for gaming, but I will try to show you guys just one example. I usually go for this game, Euro Truck Simulator. It's not really demanding, but not just that, but also there's a lot of good options for the resolution and all that stuff. So I just want to show you. By the way, as you know, this N150 one, the iGPU in it uses 2 gigabytes VRAM for the graphics. Okay, so just keep that in mind. And yeah, I think I preset this last time to 1080p resolution, so 1920 by 1080, and the presets are on the low. So whatever frame we are going to get now, it's going to be low preset and 1080p. All right. So as you can see, we are in the game, and I am getting around 27 frames per second on the low preset. So this is, as I said, low preset with the 1080p. Let me just confirm that, but you can see that 22, 23 FPS. It's okay-ish. You can maybe play this game, I say, maybe. But you know, you see what I see on the screen, so it's your call. I guess you can play it, but yeah. So let me confirm. All right, yeah. As you can see, it's 1080p, and on the low settings, we are getting 23 FPS. Okay, just wanted to show you guys that as well. And temperatures again went up to like 78 or so. All right, yeah. So that's on the Windows. Everything worked fine, I guess. No issues there, but let's do some more testing in Ubuntu. Give me a couple of seconds. I am going to swap the SSD to Ubuntu, and let's see. All right, so before we go into Ubuntu, I just want to quickly walk through the BIOS. So we can see Intel N150, 16 gigabyte RAM, to 2600. The 2600 is the speed. And here's the CPU configuration, virtualization, hyper-threading, power performance. These are the settings for C states and power limits and stuff. And these are all trusted computing is here. Gigabit Ethernet is here. And the chipset settings, memory configuration, frequency settings are here. And the security, boot, and save and exit. So that's kind of pretty much it. You don't really have a whole lot in the BIOS, just so you know. All right, so let me boot into Ubuntu. All right, so we are in Ubuntu, and let me run a fast fetch. And as you can see, we are running Ubuntu 24 Noble, and these are the information. And we are running on the 4K resolution and 60 Hertz. Okay, and you see the N150 and everything. And if I try, let me try the, okay, let's try the reading the BIOS, and let's see if that one works. And yes, so you will be able to read the BIOS and flash it back, update or modify something and put it back. You're not gonna need the SOIC 8 clip. You can do it from the operating system. So we confirm that. And another thing I just want to run is actually just a stress NG test. And as you can see, when I started the test, this went up to 15 watts. So it seems like when you're using every single core in this computer, it goes up to 15, 16 watts. Okay, so test is finished. Let's take a look at the score. And we are getting 80,000 vogo-ops in 30 seconds, and it's 2620 vogo-ops per second. And just for reference, I always say that in here, I don't know if it's a good comparison, but Raspberry Pi 5, you will get 870 to 900 right here after running it for 30 seconds, the same test, okay? So we are getting 80,000 in here. Let me also confirm the Ethernet speed. Hopefully at least it is 1 gigabit. I was expecting it to be more, but yeah, it's 1 gigabit. Yep, okay. It's a gigabit Ethernet, and that's what we are getting. And the other test that I wanted to do, let me see if somehow, I don't know, Ubuntu detects the other disk. Oh yeah, huh. Okay, so that, and the SSD is detected, as you can see here. That wasn't just working in Windows, so I'm assuming it is some sort of a driver issue. So USB, you see the USB SSD that I placed. So I basically, one of these, right? I took out the 8 terabyte, I put in 1 terabyte, and it worked, and it is detected. So actually, it is a dev SDA. Let me test how fast it is. Okay, so it's not that fast, but it is passable. You can definitely read and write to disk. That's the speed you're seeing on the screen. So that's megabytes per second, 486. So it's okay, it's passable, and at least I got the SSD to work in Ubuntu. It was not working in Windows. Okay, that being said, let's we tried the Ethernet, we tried the SSD, we tried the Stress NG. One more thing, I want to try a Llama, LLM model. So let's start small. Okay, so I got some comments from you guys. You were saying, what is this Llama 3.1 latest? This is 8B model, okay? That's the default. Llama 3.1 latest 8B model. So if I ask the same question I asked in the other demo videos, so this is a question I'm basically asking, write a C++ function that will convert, accept two integers and add them together, return the sum. Okay, power consumption kind of capped, went up to 16 watts. And here you can see it's okay, it's doing fine, it's writing, but it's slow. So this is like, I'm gonna say this is like a token a second. Okay, so as you can see, it took 2 minutes 28 seconds and 1.28 tokens per second. That's what I thought. And as you saw there, it was like capping at 15 watts. So for 15 watts, kind of like N100, but it's faster than N100. And this is the score we are getting. I'm not even gonna attempt the bigger models. This is kind of like the best it can do that's usable. Might run the other models, but you're gonna wait forever to get the answer. But yeah, this is it. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm at least happy that I was able to get the SSD to work. So in summary, Windows worked, saw the scores, some very, very light gaming also works. Ubuntu works, LLM models, you saw the Stress NG scores, you saw the SSD score, speed scores, 480 megabytes per second. And it's a gigabit Ethernet, and it's a 4K resolution in Windows and in here in Ubuntu. So yeah, I guess it works and it does what it is, what's advertising for 220 bucks. And with some discount code, hopefully it will even go down more. I don't know, I will have to check with them what the discount code they're gonna give me. But if you want something around $200, that comes with a case that you can plug SSDs to it, and also comes with an NVMe SSD, and uses like maximum 15-16 watts, and you can run a bunch of servers on it or throw some LLMs on it, gigabit Ethernet and 4K output. This is it. Okay, I just wanted to show you. And the BIOS is open, kind of. You can read it, write it back, modify something, put it back. You know, it's fine. Yeah. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video. Just let me know what you guys think down below. And hopefully I will see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.